It's Fuck Yeah Friday.
Fuck yeah!
Get ready for some wins.
Welcome to the Be It Till You See It podcast, where we talk about taking messy action, knowing that perfect is boring. I'm Lesley Logan, Pilates instructor and fitness business coach. I've trained thousands of people around the world, and the number one thing I see stopping people from achieving anything is self-doubt. My friends, action brings clarity, and it's the antidote to fear. Each week, my guests will bring bold, executable, intrinsic, and targeted steps that you can use to put yourself first and be it till you see it. It's a practice, not a perfect. Let's get started.
Hello, Be It Babe. Welcome to the Fuck Yeah Friday episode, the FYF. I'm so excited for these. They're so fun because I get to celebrate your wins. I get to share different ones of mine, which means I have to keep track of mine. And we get to leave a little mantra, and it's really fun. It's a quick dose. It's a quick hit, and hopefully get a little something out of it, because sometimes you don't have a full 30 minutes to get your nuggets of gem information to help you be it till you see it. So this one's from Kelly Nyhan. It's worth repeating if it inspires a few solopreneurs and or women that are going off on their own studio or solo living and working. So Kelly is an agency member, you guys. And she owns a studio by herself, and she has her own place and like all these things. So here is her win. I have been on my own since 2018 and making it, more than making it. I live in Chicago and it's cold, hot, and expensive. I am single and I have a biz that I love. If you need some inspo or need a bit of pep to know that you can do this, hit me up. I am light years behind making it all perfect, and I don't have all the marketing down, but every day I try to get 1% smarter. Every week, push the needle a little more. I just wanted to post this in case you need to hear this. This can be scary, but action brings clarity, and knowing my numbers, I can sleep at night. I know I can do things so much better, just one day at a time. I will say, when I joined agency in 2019, my biz grew noticeably. More than that, my numbers grew and I grew. Thanks to this community of women of badasses. Just knowing that I'm not alone helps you so much. You guys, Kelly Nyhan has made more each and every year that she's been with us, and what her studio brings in by herself, no renters, no memberships, no affiliates, is something that is so powerful, so amazing, and something that I love celebrating with her, because too often I meet women who are like, oh, I'm only by myself, so I'm only going to like $50,000. BS. You can make so much more, and you don't have to have 1,000 million followers or have all the lead magnets in place. You can actually just be really freaking good at taking care of yourself, knowing your numbers, and going 1% better. So I freaking love that, Kelly. Thank you for sharing that, so all the women listening can realize that they can do it too. Okay. Stephanie Eater, she started a mentor training with UK Claire, and I'm able to put the breath components into action with my clients, and they are feeling the difference. Heck, I'm feeling the difference. My sleep has improved. I told myself no more trainings for at least a year, but I'm so happy I chose this one. So Stephanie Eater she is an agency, and she was one of my elevators last year, and she is taking Claire Sparrow's training. And you guys remember Claire Sparrow from the pod. She's also been in some FYFs because she published a great book. And so if you are wanting to go through her pelvic floor training, you should definitely reach out to her. So thank you, Kelly and Stephanie, for sharing your amazing wins. It's so fun to celebrate what you're doing. All right, my win. So here's the deal. I made an intention. I think you might have heard from one of the FYFs that this year I wanted to meet up with more people in person in Las Vegas, like more women in person. I'm trying to, what I realized is I don't have the community that I had in LA, because when I had in LA, there would be these monthly meetups with all these other local fitness instructors. And it just was really fun, like as part of communities, and someone was arranging it. And now I live in a place where there's no one arranging it, and I'm in charge of several communities. So I really don't want to be in charge of another one, to be completely honest. But I interviewed Netta Nasruddin, and she's going to be on the podcast. In fact, she's probably on the same month that this is dropping. So she's on the podcast, and she and I were like, we just need to like hang out more, and let's have a coffee date. And so we picked a time and a day that the two of us could do. And then we literally just invited people, and we went to a coffee shop. I did no reminding to the people I invited. I just was like, if you're going to come, put in your calendar now, this is it. Cause I don't want to be in charge of this group. I just want to be in this group. And it was the most fun. There was 7 women who came. I knew Netta, and I knew the girl, one of the girls I invited. I did not know this other girl that was introduced to Netta and I. Netta invited another girl and that girl invited someone, and then the girl I invited someone. So we had this like group of people, and only like I knew which one person looked like, and other people knew what one person looked like. So it was just really fun to like blind date a bunch of amazing women in this town, and I'm sure I'll have some of them on the pod. And we are working hard to pick our next date. So we're trying to meet up monthly, but we're really wanting it to be something that's super fun. We can just connect and share connections and share leads on things. And I was like, here's how I do my makeup, so I don't have to actually do my makeup. Here's my bookkeepers, so you don't have to do your bookkeeping. So it's just really, really fun to live and to learn. I learned something about real estate that I had no idea about. Just amazing. And so that's my win. My intention is to hang out with people in person. We set the first date. I went to the first thing, and obviously it's not going to just do it on its own, but I love that the first one happened and I can celebrate that. All right. Now for your mantra for the weekend, or the week, if you want to do that. I am proof enough of who I am and what I deserve. I am proof enough of who I am and what I deserve. My dear, you are proof enough of who you are and what you deserve. Thank you so much for listening to the Be It Pod. You really are an inspiration to me. You're why we do this. You sharing this, you listen to this, you writing in, it means the world to me. I had someone reach out and say they've been listening to 70 episodes, and I'm just like, oh my freaking goodness. Thank you so much. I hoped that someday someone would do that, because I do that to podcasts all the time, and to have it happen to mine is just like dreams come true. So my dears, you are proof enough of who you are and what you deserve. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time.
That's all I got for this episode of the Be It Till You See It podcast. One thing that would help both myself and future listeners is for you to rate the show and leave a review. And follow or subscribe for free wherever you listen to your podcast. Also, make sure to introduce yourself over at the Be It Pod on Instagram. I would love to know more about you. Share this episode with whoever you think needs to hear it. Help us and others be it till you see it. Have an awesome day.
Be It Till You See It is a production of the Bloom Podcast Network. If you want to leave us a message or a question that we might read on another episode, you can text us at +1 310 905 5534 or send a DM on Instagram at BeItPod.
It's written, filmed, and recorded by your host, Lesley Logan, and me, Brad Crowell.
It is transcribed, produced, and edited by the Epic team at Diseño.co.
Our theme music is by Ali at Apex Production Music, and our branding by designer and artist Gianfranco Cioffi.
Special thanks to Melissa Solomon for creating our visuals.
Also to Angelina Herrico for adding all of our content to our website. And finally, to Meredith Root for keeping us all on point and on time.